So good morning, everybody. If the folk at the back don't mind filling up, we've got plenty of room. If you want to all, please move forward. So by introduction, I'm Stephen Edwards. I'm the Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director of the Port of Virginia. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all here today to Portsmouth Marine Terminal. It's always a great day for the port when two things happen. One, when the governor and the administration spend some time with us, so thank you. And the second one is when the customer, Dominion Energy, also shows up. Because that's equally important. We have a lot of elected officials here today. That's always a great day for us also. We have also from the administration, the Secretary of Transportation, Shep Miller. We have the Secretary of Commerce, Karen Merrick. And there isn't much that goes on in the port without the Chair of the House of Appropriations, so thank you for coming out, Mr. Knight. Just so we're all clear what we're here to celebrate, these monopiles, as they're known, and I'm sure there are people who will speak better to them than I do. There are 8 here today, 8 of 176. There's 176 towers to come to be attached to the monopiles, 176 nacelles to go on top of the towers, and 528 wind blades to go to those towers. And they're all going to come into this facility by water and go out of this facility by water, such is the scale of this project. So for the next 3 years, this will be a true hub of offshore wind activity. From our perspective as the port, none of this happens without our labour force. And I do want to recognise Mr. Larry Bechtel and Mr. Jonathan Coley from the International Longshoremen's Association and all the work that your members do. Thank you all for everything. With that, I will pass over to the Mayor of our host city, of course, the great city of Portsmouth, Mayor Shannon Glover.
Wow, this is a wow moment. You know, when I woke up this morning, it was almost like Christmas. I said, just imagine what is getting ready to happen in the city of Portsmouth. History is being made today in the city of Portsmouth and in our region. Just take a moment to look around at each and every one of you under the tent and in this area. You'll be able to tell your grandchildren, and they'll tell their grandchildren of what took place here today. It is historic, but it is also a great opportunity for all of us. I want to welcome you to the great city of Portsmouth. In Portsmouth, we like to say that Portsmouth is winning, and we're certainly winning with this announcement today. I want to thank my colleagues on City Council, my Vice Mayor, Lisa Lucas-Burke, also Councilman Tillage, and Councilman Mark Hugel. I want to welcome certainly the Governor and the Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor, and also my good friend up here, Senator L. Louise Lucas, the President Pro Tempore of the Virginia Senate, my good friend, Congressman Bobby Scott, and all of the elected leaders and everyone here today. Think about this as I take my seat. This would not have happened without the collaboration of all of the folks in this room. And when they talk about Virginia, and when they talk about Portsmouth, this is who we are. So I want to thank you for being here today. On behalf of a grateful city, welcome to the Monopiles and welcome to Offshore Wind. And now it is my pleasure to bring up.
Oh, he's bringing me.
To bring up one of my mentors and the second smartest lady that I know in Virginia, President Pro Tem of the Virginia Senate, L. Louise Lucas.
Thank you, Mayor Glover. Thank you, Mayor Glover. And literally, he was bringing me on up. That's okay. Good morning and welcome to the great city of Portsmouth. And thank you, Mayor Glover, for the introduction. I am L. Louise Lucas, and I'm extremely excited to be with all of you here today as we celebrate the arrival of the first foundations for the Coastal Virginia Offshore Wind Project. As you all know, I have been a champion of offshore wind from sponsoring legislation to kicking off this construction that we're going to do here today. This is my home city, the finest port in the nation, and I am so honored. Thank you to all of you who have gathered today to make this occasion Virginia is leading the way on offshore wind, and I look forward to the finalization of this project, which will help to diversify the grid, assist with the reduction of carbon emissions, and most importantly, economic development and jobs for the citizens here in Hampton Roads. Again, thank you, and let's celebrate. And I think since we're doing this, so you can take it back. So now you can take it back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Bob Blue, and I'm representing 10,000 Dominion Energy Virginia employees. It's a mistake to ever call out any of them, but I'm going to anyway. When you all got up this morning, you all flipped the light switch on and it came on. A lot of that has to do with the group of people who are standing in the back. They never like to be in the front, wearing hard hats and safety vests. We've got a group of line workers here who, in addition to keeping your lights on, did a remarkable job displaying a couple flags out there. So I hope you'll join me in giving them a round of applause. This is an exciting day for our company, and more importantly, the Commonwealth, as we develop what will be the largest offshore wind farm in the United States. This project will play a vital role in helping us execute our mission, delivering reliable, affordable, and increasingly clean energy that powers our customers every day. It'll enhance reliability by producing large-scale electricity and adding to the diversity of our all-of-the-above generation portfolio, along with nuclear, natural gas, solar, biomass, and coal. It will enhance affordability by saving our customers $3 billion in fuel costs in the first 10 years alone. And because the energy is zero emission, it will avoid up to 5 million tons of carbon emissions each year. The delivery of these first foundations is further evidence that our coastal Virginia offshore wind project continues to move forward on time and on budget. Regulated offshore wind positions us and the Commonwealth of Virginia as leaders in the development of offshore wind and provides many benefits to our customers and local communities. Those benefits include hundreds of jobs during construction and more than 1,000 jobs during operation, millions in state and local tax revenue, tens of millions in wages, hundreds of millions in economic impact, and enough clean electricity to power up to 660,000 homes. A project of this scale doesn't happen because of one company. It's the product of collaboration by scores of participants in the public and private sectors. So we're immensely grateful to our partners in federal, state, and local government, as well as the Port of Virginia and Virginia International Terminals, and our friends in the International Longshoremen's Association, along with Skanska, which is rebuilding 72 acres of the Portsmouth Marine Terminal, EEW SPC, which is manufacturing the monopiles that will support the turbines, Sarens, which transferred the monopiles from ship to shore, and trust me, that is not an easy task, and DEME, which will transport and install them. I'm now proud to introduce one of our partners in state government, Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares, the son of a woman who fled communist Cuba. He served as a prosecutor in Virginia Beach and as a legislator in the House of Delegates. He's a graduate of James Madison University and the College of William and Mary Law School. Please join me in welcoming Jason Miyares.
I want to thank everyone for being here and for Dominion and for so many elected leaders on both sides of the aisles who recognize, above all, Virginia is an energy state. And today marks another big step in the all above the direction to make sure Virginia is never energy poor. Because states can't grow economically, they can't grow jobs, and they can't improve their citizens' quality of life if they're dealing with what I call energy poverty. I want to thank Dominion for working with our office, particularly the Consumer Counsel Division, on a lot of very pointed and direct negotiations, but really recognizing that this cannot be completely back on the back of consumers, and making sure for the first time ever that Virginia consumers got a great deal and can take a step forward towards being a part of this project of being a renewable energy industry leader around the country. Through our agreement, for the first time, Dominion Energy has agreed to both cost sharing and cost cap on construction expenses. And that means this project, as Mr. Blue noted, remains on budget and built on time. And I'm incredibly proud of the work that our office has been in making sure this project has been a reality. This is both a landmark and a common sense framework. And this really has had so many stakeholders also supportive of this project, including the Sierra Club and Appalachian Voices. But it means, again, that Virginia, as always, will lead the nation, including in robust energy policy that should be the model for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, General Miyares. We're also pleased to have with us today Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. Born in Jamaica, she moved to the U.S. at age 6. A Marine Corps veteran, she's a former member of the House of Delegates, a trained electrician. Maybe you could help out once we get to the point we're putting this on the grid, and a successful businesswoman. So would you please join me in welcoming our Lieutenant Governor.
I was also a diesel mechanic, so you could smell me before you saw me. I always had lipstick on, though. I want to add my perspective as both a public official and a Marine to today's discussion of offshore winds. When it comes to the United States national security, we must ensure that we don't put all of our eggs in one basket. What is smart is an all-of-the-above approach, as the governor likes to say. America, ladies and gentlemen, must be dependent upon no country for its energy supply. Yes, America must remain the #1 superpower in the world. Here in Virginia, for more than 50 years, energy supply in this region has been anchored by the 2 nuclear units at Surrey Power Station. These wind turbines are an addition to that nuclear power for this region, not in place of. In fact, this region has long benefited from a world-class maritime industry centered right here on the port and the best in the world military tradition, the world's largest naval base and its most formidable naval, ground, and air assets. To reiterate, this economic development from offshore wind is in addition to, not in place of, these traditional outstanding strengths in maritime and military-related industries. Today, it is about the power of and the power of adding to what we have, not taking something away. That is why you see before you so many public and business officials. It has been said that the future belongs to the one who gets there first. Therefore, in the same way that Virginia, specifically the soil of Saltville, contributed the hydrazine fuel that fueled the rockets that landed the man on the moon, so Virginia will continue to build the greatest economy. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today.
Thank you. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Sears. Our next speaker is Laura Daniel Davis, the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Land, Minerals, and Management within the Department of the Interior. Ms. Daniel Davis has more than 2 decades of experience in the public and nonprofit sectors. During the Obama administration, she served as Chief of Staff to Interior Secretaries Sally Jewell and Ken Salazar, and most recently, she served as Chief Policy and Advocacy for the National Wildlife Federation. Deputy Assistant Secretary, welcome.
Well, good morning, everyone. Great to be here on behalf of the Department of the Interior and Secretary Holland. It's really wonderful to join you today. And the only thing I'd add about the lineup for today is that you also know it's a good day when you have the permitter of the project in the house and on the program. So it's really great to be here. And I'm also really honored to be here with Governor Youngkin, Lieutenant Governor Sears, Attorney General Miyares, Congressman Scott, Senator Lucas, Mayor Glover. What a turnout. I think it shows the importance of what everyone is here to celebrate today. I also want to mention, of course, Bob, Blue, Dominion leadership, and the people who are going to get the work done on the ground also here. We're going to make the Central Virginia Offshore Wind Project, CVOW. We're all going to make it happen together. That also includes my amazing Interior Department colleagues. I wanted to point out the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, Director Liz Klein, and the Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement, BESI, Director Kevin Sly. We have a lot of acronyms at the Department of Interior. It is really nice to be back in Tidewater, home to the Portsmouth Marine Terminal, which is really, world-class maritime facility. And it's a really, really great day to celebrate CVOW. Not only do we have today's progress to lift up that we've all been talking about, these enormous monopiles sitting out here ready to go. The department, and I mentioned the permitting role earlier, and then in the coming days, the department is going to give final approval to the CVOW project. It's really exciting. And the project itself, it's a milestone for us toward achieving the Biden-Harris administration's goal of 30 gigawatts of offshore wind by 2030. And we're on the path. We're going to get there. And also toward achieving the Commonwealth of Virginia's equally ambitious goal of securing 5.2 gigawatts of offshore energy by 2034. We are so proud of this partnership together. I was here 2 years ago with Secretary Holland. We were in Norfolk that time. We were joined by a lot of people here that I see around, including on the stage, as well as Senator Kane, former Governor Northam, local officials, industry representatives, and others. And that day, we announced we were initiating the environmental review of the CVOW project. We toured the Port of Virginia, and you could see, you could really see how clearly how the port was going to be retrofitted and built to accommodate the growing offshore wind energy, which Virginia has made a decision to be central to, and that's amazing and exciting. And now we're here to welcome these first 8 monopile foundations for the turbines. I just want to say again, and everyone has said it, this project is a big deal. It's going to produce up to 2.6 gigawatts. And you heard Bob say 660,000 homes are going to be powered when it's done. It's going to support local jobs. It's going to support the economy. And the transformation of the port is going to be enormously impactful to the scale up, to our clean energy future. I also want to say that nothing is big and as important as CVOW happens without partners. Lots and lots of partners. In the 10 years since BOEM held the lease sale for this area, we've worked with so many to ensure we're making thoughtful, enduring decisions that further the industry, protect the environment, and accommodate multiple uses in a very busy ocean. It is a really busy ocean out here. All of you, there's nothing that's not going on off the coast of Virginia. So Governor, you should be really proud of the work of everybody that has worked on this for so many years, so many Virginians. Everyone involved really cares about getting this right. And the knowledge and experience and expertise that our government partners, tribes, states, local officials, ocean users, citizens, so many others have shared with us along the way has helped inform CVOW's development. And it's this kind of collaborative effort that is literally propelling offshore wind energy forward. This moment for CVOW represents another step towards realizing the nation's path to a clean, reliable energy future. It is an amazing leadership moment for the Commonwealth of Virginia and the city of Portsmouth. and the entire Tidewater region. And I just want to say the department is committed to continuing to walk with you every step of the way as we're making this project real. And I'm so appreciative, and thank you for allowing me to join you here and celebrate today.
Thank you, Deputy Assistant Secretary. It's now my pleasure to introduce Congressman Bobby Scott, who's been serving the people of Virginia since 1978 when he won election to the House of Delegates. He moved to the state Senate. I was 11 years old in 1978. In 1983, he moved to the state Senate. In 1992, he won election to Congress. He's been a champion of education, healthcare, and economic and social equality, and it's a great honor to have him with us today.
Thank you, Bob. You were 11. Half my staff wasn't born. Governor Youngkin and other elected officials, Dominion officials, and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to finally be out of Washington in the district, here to celebrate the arrival of the first monopiles to further the coastal Virginia offshore wind project. After decades of attempts to pass meaningful climate legislation, many questioned whether Congress would ever be able to advance legislation that would not only facilitate the transition to clean energy, or one that would live up to President Biden's promise to center workers while combating climate change. But thankfully, President Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act into law, and that's the single largest federal investment in combating climate change and investing in clean energy. And now workers are benefiting, and we are now on the way to significant reductions in carbon emissions. And I'm extremely proud that Virginia has been an early leader in the budding offshore wind industry. The Hampton Roads area is ideal and has advantages for offshore wind manufacturing and deployment that other areas don't have, such as the port's deep channels free from overhead obstruction, our shallow coastal waters, but more importantly, the region's strong workforce and workforce development systems. It's evident that off the coast of Virginia Beach, where the first turbines in federal waters are already generating clean power, but given these incredible assets, Virginia's continued leadership in offshore wind would not be possible without the collaboration of the private sector with local leaders in Hampton Roads and the enactment of the Virginia Clean Economy Act at the state level. And so we've been working with federal, state and local officials, and we have the federal, and I see Governor Warner, Senator Warner, Senator Kane's representatives, Representative Keegan's representative is here on the federal level. We have many General Assembly members. We stand, all the members of the General Assembly. Please stand. From all over the state. And a number of local elected officials that hadn't been introduced. I saw Ron, any local elected officials? Stand up. All right. In the past few years, they have been transformative as we make strides towards clean and renewable energy and achieving the goal, as it's been pointed out, of 30 gigawatts of offshore wind by 2030. In addition to the Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure law has already provided $20 million in funding for the Portsmouth Marine Terminal for offshore wind manufacturing and staging, and we're seeing the results of that investment today as we celebrate the next steps for this project. So thank you all for working together, for helping make Hampton Roads in Virginia the leader in offshore wind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. I'm very pleased to introduce our final speaker of the morning, Governor Glenn Youngkin. He's a native of Virginia. He spent 25 extremely successful years in business, primarily at the Carlyle Group, before making his first run for public office, which is his current office, in fact. He's been a friend to the energy industry. He's been a partner in delivering reliable, affordable, and increasingly clean energy to the citizens of Virginia. And thank you, Governor, for being here with us today.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Come on, this is a celebration. Good morning. Good morning. We're ready to go? You know it's a celebration because everybody came. And I want to thank everybody for coming. I know there's lots of places people could be today, and you've chosen to take time out of very busy schedules to come and acknowledge a very big step. And so, Bob, I want to thank you and your leadership from everybody at Dominion. And I want to go back. Stephen, thank you for the cooperation at the port here. This is such a critical part of all that's going to happen. And if I thanked everybody else that's here yet again, I would be up here for longer than you all want me here. But so let me give a blanket thank you to everyone, because it does take everyone in order to progress a project of this magnitude. And I am so excited to be back at the Portsmouth Marine Terminal. I mean, one of the times I came here, we were able to walk through and see exactly how this terminal was going to be retrofitted and secured in order to handle these enormous monopiles. And by the way, that's big. If you haven't seen it, that is big. In fact, I understand it's the biggest thing that ever comes through this port, other than maybe an aircraft carrier. So, folks, this is real. And it's so exciting because this is the gateway to opportunity right here. Right here, Mr. Mayor, you should be so proud. This is the gateway to opportunity. It's the opportunity of investment growth. It's the opportunity of job growth. And it's the opportunity of opportunity growth. And here it is happening right here at the Portsmouth Marine Terminal. And so this is a celebration right here, right here. And what it also represents is finding solutions. You see, this is at the heart of this great Commonwealth, is that we work together when we see a challenge and we find solutions. And so I want to thank people again for leadership, for commitment, for collaboration, to seeing this important project through, to see it right now to this big milestone where now we are starting the important phase of construction. And we're gonna be building. I mean, let's be clear. This project is massive. It is massive. 176 masts. So 8 and another 168 coming. Right? By the way, we get a flag for both the Commonwealth and the nation on every 8. So that's exciting. That's exciting. But it also, let's just be clear, it's 2.6 gigawatts of power on average. That translates to about 1 gigawatt that's so needed in the Commonwealth. It's over 550 miles of cabling. Almost $10 billion of cost. This is massive. And so this exciting chapter in the future of our energy and maritime industries is being written right here. It's being written right here. And so I particularly want to thank those that are looking after our ratepayers, because folks are looking after our ratepayers. Attorney General Miyares, thank you. Thank you for looking after our ratepayers. And I have to thank the entire Dominion team, because this project is on time and on budget. And that matters. And candidly, it particularly matters when we're seeing projects up and down the East Coast be delayed or canceled because they aren't on time and on budget. And this project is on time and on budget, and I ask Bob that every day. So thank you. Thank you. See, innovation and advances in technology are at the heart of the future of Virginia's power plan, which will power Virginia. See, the all-American, all of the above energy plan is exactly that. We need all of it. We need all of it because Virginia is growing. And we are growing at a pace where we have eclipsed the supply of power that we have now. And so we need that 1 gigawatts of net power that's going to be generated offshore, because Virginia is growing, jobs are growing, and opportunity is growing. And therefore, we need to have a growing supply of power. It's that simple. And therefore, we have to look at all of them: nuclear, natural gas, hydro, hydrogen, solar, and a nationally recognized offshore wind project that allows Virginia to do what we do: lead. That's what we do. Abundant, reliable, affordable, and increasingly clean power. This is about an and moment, not an or moment. And that's why I have such great optimism in Virginia's future, because this project is at the heart of that and moment. And beyond that, it creates an incredible economic development opportunity, not just for Portsmouth, and I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, but it's going to spread across Hampton Roads, and it's going to spread across the Commonwealth. Today, more than 750 Virginians, 530 based right here in Hampton Roads, are helping with this project, or the businesses that are supporting it. And an additional, as we just heard from Bob, over 1,000 local jobs will be added to operate and maintain this facility once it is fully online. That is amazing. Come on. 1,000 great high-paying jobs. And right now, workforce training programs specific to the offshore wind industry are already underway at the Mid-Atlantic Maritime Academy and at Centura College. And so if you are looking for a job, and I'm going to speak to the cameras, if you're looking for a job, go get trained and come get one with this man, because he's hiring. This is what we need to happen. Come get great jobs in Virginia. We're supporting the growth of all industries in Virginia, but boy, the maritime industry is absolutely soaring. Opportunities are vast. And Virginia is in the business of not just creating opportunities, but delivering results. And so I want to congratulate everybody for another incredibly important milestone along the way. I applaud everyone in this room that is going to play a major or even a minor role in supporting this project, from sea to port and from port back out to sea, because this is an all of the above moment. Powering and accelerating Virginia's growth is not only essential to the success of our economy, it's not only essential to the success of our labor force, but it's essential to the lives of all Virginians every single day. Again, a growing Virginia with a growing opportunity set, with growing jobs, requires a growing power supply. And every Virginian, when they come home at night and they finish that shift and they want to sit around the table and talk to their children about what happened at school, and they plan their futures, they dream, they aspire. Yes, Bob, they're going to turn on the light switch and they expect it to go on. And that's what this project is about. It is about abundant and reliable and affordable and increasingly clean power. So today we celebrate a major step into the future. We celebrate partnership, and we celebrate unprecedented growth and opportunity. And we stop for a minute and we say, thank you, Lord, and I ask for his blessing on all the Commonwealth of Virginia, but particularly on this project. Now, I'm going to say something that I didn't know I was going to say. Let's go sign a monopile. How about that? Thank you. Thank you.
So
As Governor Youngkin said, I'd like to invite the Governor, Bob Blue, and Secretary of Transport to join me in the scissor lift, and we're going to go and sign the monopile.
Let's go sign a monopile.
So this morning we're here with the Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Attorney General, elected leaders, local and statewide, to celebrate the arrival of the first monopiles that will go into the water to begin the construction of the offshore wind project. We are at the construction phase with this. And so that's a big deal because as we continue to move in this way, other pieces will come ultimately with the final construction of the wind turbines. A lot of good things are happening in the city of Portsmouth, and this is just one of those good things. The fact that offshore wind will have its home right here, those components will live right here in the city of Portsmouth, and in addition to that, will help to bring good paying jobs where individuals can get trained and get ready to take advantage of them. It'll create real opportunities for our citizens, not only in the city of Portsmouth, but in the region. That's exciting. And most importantly, it'll bring a new taxpayer here to the city of Portsmouth.
We're celebrating today a historic day in a historic port city here in Portsmouth as we welcome and celebrate the arrival of the first 8 monopile foundations for the Coastal Virginia Offshore Wind Project. These are the first 8 of 168 additional piles to arrive in Portsmouth to be installed off the coast of Virginia Beach as part of the new emerging offshore wind industry here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And we're excited because it's all coming out of the city of Portsmouth. Portsmouth is becoming the hub for offshore wind on the East Coast of the U.S., and we are an emerging leader in what is an emerging industry in the United States. Because of our natural assets here, we have a very deep harbor, no overhead obstructions for these very large components that you see next to me. We are extremely well suited to serve offshore wind, and as a result, we're beginning to reap the benefits of the industry's arrival here in Portsmouth as we work to have our residents employed in the industry and attracting new supply chain opportunities to grow our economy and provide jobs to the citizens of Portsmouth and the Hampton Roads region.
It's, as the governor indicated, this is massive. And the enormity of it, I don't even think has really been realized yet. We're here today celebrating the arrival of monopiles in the city of Portsmouth. This is historic, this is big. And I can't even really wrap my thoughts around how big it will be, but it's exciting because it's a new industry at a new time that's going to produce new energy, clean energy for not only Hampton Roads, but the state of Virginia. That's something that Portsmouth should be proud of, and that makes it even more in line with our bold new direction.
Portsmouth